GOGI is definitely a way of living for me, a way of life and culture. Practice the 12 steps every day. I use boss of my brain before I would react towards my old habits, my emotional part. I think with the intelligent part. I use what if. I picture different scenarios about my future, you know, like I ask what if I do this, what if I do that, and I come to the conclusion and I use my best scenario to move forward with my life. And not only that, when I find myself now talking on the phone with my family and my brothers, and I speak to them about GOGI, and I tell them, you know, like, I made some wrong decisions in the past, and if I would have known GOGI in the past now, so, you know, I wouldn't be in this position, you know, I would think more intelligent, and I advise them, you know, to practice GOGI in their lives, because they'll have a different outcome. They'll have a different outcome in life, and it's a good culture, it's a good way of living. You know, it's for everybody, for our families, and it'll be a happy environment. GOGI has helped me a lot, and I look forward to keep doing this.
One of the most important things that I found in that letter was that it says that it will be a viable solution on the streets, as well as in prison. Because, you know, ultimately and mainly, we've always been a problem. There's always been problems, but with GOGI, we were able to have a solution. There's 12 steps that, you know, pretty much everyone knew these steps. They just didn't have a name put to the steps. I mean, they didn't really have a way of expressing what they meant. As with Coach Taylor giving us the solution, like we can give others a solution by using ultimate freedom. Now we're able to advance, you know, in our society, in our thinking, in the way that we treat others. And myself, I find myself using boss of my brain a lot, especially when at times when I used to always tend to say, you know, he would make me mad. This would make me mad. I did this because he did this, you know what I mean? But now I'm able to have accountability for what I'm doing, what I'm saying, and saying that no one can make me do anything that I don't want to do. No one can push my buttons. I'm in control of myself. I'm in control of my actions. And also with my daughters and with my son, I let them know mainly that, you know, like reality check, you know, that we're all human. We're going to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. But are you going to let those mistakes define you? Like me coming to prison, did I let that define me? No. I pressed forward. As you know, I got into college. I persevered to be a coach in a lot of self-help groups, and even though I did take 2 steps back from the 10 steps, just like with the reality check, I'm moving forward. So still me moving forward is still a positive progression. And I feel like GOGI is good for all walks of life, for all races, all ages. You know, you can teach someone that's 2 years old, and even someone that's 21, the tools that they can implement in their life. And I feel like when I was younger, if I had these tools, I probably would have made the mistakes that I made. But you know, having these tools now, I know I can grow and I can be an asset to others and a mentor to people in my community, outside my community. That's what GOGI is for me.
To me, the most important thing that she said in this letter is the actual name of what the program is. It's get out of prison, one might need to go inside their own mind for answers. In prison doesn't actually have to mean a physical state that you're in. The prison could be the prison you're in chains of your old actions and your old behaviors that you actually done. You're trying to break the chains of that, but you have to go inside to actually do that. What GOGI does, it allows you to gain some insight about who you actually are. I never realized it in the beginning. I never got why they wanted me to write my life story. I'm like, I'm not writing my life story. I'm not willing to give that information up. And finally I went ahead and wrote my life story. And then I started finding things out about myself that I didn't even know that was actually there, that affected me in a certain way, that made me act the way I acted and made me tick the way I ticked. And in order to actually change, you got to know what the problem is. And that's what GOGI does. It allows you to identify the problems that you had And although you might still have those emotions, because we're all human, now you know how to deal with them. After they tell you to find out and get some insight to who you are, it gives you tools to foster you along the way of making decisions after that. Because you might still be mad, you might still be angry at people, but now how do I deal with it afterwards? And that's what GOGI does. First, it gives you insight of who are you? Why are you the way you are? And then after that insight, it says, look, here goes some tools in order to deal with those emotions in those ways that you have. And that's what GOGI, and that's why it's important for me.